What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. Wanted to quick tell you kind of my process for figuring out things with my physiology and figuring out stuff that may be wrong with clients' physiology that I think is really important for people to understand. Now, it takes a lot of wherewithal, it takes a lot of willpower, it takes a lot of consistent executing of things and trying things. But what are we doing if we're not experimenting on our body for the sake of performing better? So let me just give you the framework. If you have a problem with your physiology, you must execute the general framework of hypothesis, testing the hypothesis. Let me just switch the order. Hypothesis, believing you are 100% correct in your hypothesis because you've done some research on it and you've figured it out. Believing you're 100% correct is really important because it gets you to execute step 3 on testing your hypothesis, basically the scientific method. You find that your hypothesis was that the problem the problem causing your brain fog was Archaeobacter in your small intestine, otherwise known as SIBO, and you had researched and found more than plausible strategy of taking wine tannins, which actually is applicable to SIBO, and then you execute it because you believe it's true. It's the only way you're going to get yourself to execute stuff is if you believe that it's true. Whether it's true or not, you have to tell yourself it's true. It doesn't work. Okay, back to the drawing board. New hypothesis. Is it still SIBO? Okay, say it is. You read, you research, you figure out a new hypothesis that maybe you need an enteric-coated antimicrobial, something that'll pass stomach acid and end up in the small intestine, open up, and then kill Archaeobacter. Kind of like the drug. God, I haven't thought about this in like 4 years, so I don't remember it. It's out of my mind completely. There's a drug for SIBO that gastroenterologists typically use or functional medicine doctors use. Something, mechanism of action comparable to that. You decide on an enteric-coated antimicrobial. So you get some enteric-coated peppermint oil. You believe it's going to work. You believe this is what's wrong. So you execute it. Remember, you believe it fully that your hypothesis is correct, so you have the confidence to execute the experiment. You execute the experiment, nothing happens. Well, at that point, you may switch to, it's Candida causing the issue. You may switch to something entirely different that's causing your brain fog. It's like, who knows, right? But wherever you end up, and I think you should exhaust every resource possible and every hypothesis possible in each sector of what you think may be wrong. So if it's the gut, exhaust everything. This is how I actually approach problems with my own physiology as they've come up in the past, or problems with clients' physiology, which is kind of mostly what's relevant to me these days, and figure things out. It's a process of formulating a hypothesis, executing ruthlessly against that, believing your hypothesis is correct. Because again, that's the only way you're going to exhaust all of the resources in that reservoir, of things that could aid in fixing your problem based on your hypothesis. And you just keep doing that strategy over and over and over and over and over again. I cannot tell you how many times that I have had issues in my physiology. This is why I've become such an advanced level biohacker, where I had a hypothesis about it and I was like, I'm right, this is definitely it, and then I would go execute something based on what I'd researched, would aid the issue or resolve the issue, and then I would be proven wrong. I'm proven wrong more times than I'm proven right. That is for sure. But that's by design, because I'm conscious of this process. I want it to be that way. And that is ultimately the best way to get solutions to big problems in physiology, even minor problems that are a pain in the ass. You believe you are right, but ultimately you will be wrong more times than you are right. But when you are right, because you've exhausted the list of things and you've executed the strategy of having a hypothesis, it's a scientific method really, but being a ruthless bastard about it. Having a hypothesis, executing that hypothesis, testing it in real time, looking at the outcome. I was wrong. Moving on. Executing. I was wrong. Moving on. Executing. I was right. And by the way, this is how the process goes. New hypothesis, executing, I was wrong. New hypothesis, executing, I was wrong. New hypothesis, executing, I was right. I solved the problem. That's actually how it works. And I know that this is so crazy because, no doctor will tell you this. No doctor will help you do this. No doctor thinks that way. They're in and out. You're in and out, man. You're a number to them. That's why the medical establishment and the system itself is such bullshit. I mean, we all know it, especially nowadays. And so, look, you've got to yourself be in charge of your physiology. It's a daunting ass task. It's a daunting thought. But in the end, it is what will help you fix problems and make yourself perform better. You're going to leave this up to somebody who treats you as a number? That's crazy. You have to see it that way. There's no tinfoil hat here, man. Just a fucking bun. That's it. That's the truth. Right? So execute that process. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that makes sense for you folks. Ruthless experimentation. Have a hypothesis, test it, believe you're right. It's the only way you're going to test it. Do that repeatedly until you find your solution. That truly is advanced level biohacking. And there's a lot of people that call themselves biohackers that don't think that way, that won't do that. They get dogmatic, stuck on one thing. Don't believe in themselves, don't execute ruthlessly. Be a bastard trying to figure out your issues and improve performance. Guys, 20% off all products, livecortex.com. Right now, coupon code is 20. That's lasting throughout the entire kind of holiday season. It'll end past New Year. So January 3rd, January 4th timeframe, that special is going to end. 20% off everything, which includes, by the way, consults with me on brain performance and energy. 3.5 months, 6 month. They're on sale right now. 20% off. You actually save $1,000 on the 6-month consult doing that. Coupon code is 20. That applies to every product that we have. Coupon code 20 right now, livecortex.com. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Go hypothesize and execute. Talk to you next time.